Welcome to another episode, everyone. An individual OG Goon Shotcaller from Texas says that he put in a phone call to the Texas prison system and let those individuals there know that Carmelo Anthony is not to be touched at all by anyone. He says he has this standing there in prison that he can make such a call from the street, and he is guaranteeing Carmelo Anthony's protection while they're in prison. This is Bishop Ali. Check this out.
My compassion come in at, I just wish that the coaches and the school teacher would have taught Austin, if somebody don't want to get from under here, come tell me.
Come tell me.
Come. You don't take nothing in your whole hand. That coach, they gave him a thought. I think he misrepresented. I think he gave him the wrong information. He was telling him stand up. I don't think he was telling him stand up to anybody under that tent, make them lead, put your hands up. I don't think, if he did, that coach need to be fired. You see what I'm saying? If he told him, hey, stand up, guy, today I want you to be I want you to stand up. I don't think he was telling him that. I don't think the coach knew he was going to confront, watch this out, Carmelo, and I don't think his coach.
I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew either. Now, I understand, again, as passionate as you are about this, of course, I do want to educate the people a little bit. You know, you went in at 17 in TDC.
17.
And he's going in at 19 at TDC again. He was able to serve that time at home. He is not of the streets. He is not a gangster. So you already know what it is as far as the day that they said guilty and you have 35 years. He had to go face TDC. And before I even get to this question, let me ask you, how often do people get judged by a jury versus a judge? Did you see that often?
Yeah, no. I'm going to tell you what you don't get. On a murder case, it's very rare.
Yeah.
You get found guilty that quick. Very rare, that quick. For a case like that, those people mind already made up, Joker. Yeah. Y'all got to stop playing.
It's already on paper that here's what we doing.
This is what we doing. And nobody in here, somebody had to say, man, I don't care what y'all do, man. I hope nobody in here. They talk. This is my vote. And I don't care. He's guilty. This is my vote. And what about manslaughter? No, manslaughter, if we give manslaughter, it's going to show that he was, we have to come back saying he had the right to defend himself. We can't give him manslaughter because it'll make it look like he had a reason to defend himself. So we got to come out with murder. We can't downsize it because it opened doors up for defending himself. He had a right to defend himself. Watch this here. When he going in the prison system, let me tell you what's going to happen.
Hold on, before you say that.
Well, yeah, that's the law, that he has a right to defend himself. So it's not about them giving him a manslaughter or finding him not guilty, thus sending the message that an individual has a right to defend himself. We already know this. This is the law. That case, to paraphrase Dr. Umar, it was about white people were so vested in the case because they were concerned that if Carmelo Anthony is found not guilty, then this sends the message that a black man, a black person can defend himself against white men and against white tyranny and against white hatred, even to the point of death. And a black man has never been able to defend himself legally in this country, not against a white person. And had Carmelo Anthony been found not guilty, that message would have been sent that now it's okay, not for black people to go around unaliving white people, but to defend themselves to the point even of taking another life. And they did not want that message sent. It'd have been hard for those individuals on that jury to go back to their community had they found this individual not guilty, because this is sick and this is a sick country and these individuals are sick. Bottom line. An all-white jury was not going to find him not guilty. This man here, Bishop Ali, he was talking earlier in this interview right here, and he was saying that it's essentially not about black and white and this and that. He's delusional. It is.
Who gets to choose to get judged by jury or by the judge?
Well, it's up to, no, they asked the lawyer. The
lawyer chooses.
Yeah, law could have told him, you want to be tried by a judge or tried by a jury.
Right.
In that situation, I don't think a judge really want to be in that situation because it get backlash on them. It's still backlash.
They have to live through. They have to be around in the streets.
Yeah,
with
because
this
if
type
you
of.
find him not guilty, they go look at him. He find him guilty, they go look at him.
Yeah.
So he had a 22 catch. So, but for the jury, once they judge by the jury is the one that get a sentence. Yeah. That's how it go. But let me say this here, though.
Speak to it, please.
When you go to prison, I see all these monkey shows, these YouTube showing them walking in hips and somebody hug. Listen, I want to say this in the best way I can, because I don't want nobody saying I'm claiming to be some type of Superman. I ain't nobody. I made calls. Joker, you looking at somebody, anybody you talk to, don't care who that did time with me, they gonna say, he telling the truth. He just telling you some of it.
This is just some of it, y'all. He made calls. He's saying individuals on these YouTube channels and whatever, the news, whatever, are showing pictures of Carmelo Anthony, switching and looking like he's going to be turned out in prison on their thumbnails or whatever. And he said, man, let me explain something to y'all. He's telling the interviewer, this is Prison Stories 101. Shout out to Prison Stories 101. He's telling them that he's looking at someone. I'm not Superman or whatever, but I'm someone from my place, and I'm someone in the TDC system. And in fact, the title reads, he made calls at TDC about Carmelo Anthony. He won't be touched. Bishop Ali, he won't be touched. He will not be touched, because this individual here says, as we just heard, or as we're continuing to hear, that he made calls. That's what he just said. And that, let's see what he's going to say about these phone calls, but apparently he's about to say he won't be touched.
If I speak on something, it's a wrap in Texas prison. And I'm talking about California, because I had a penitentiary reputation, and I made rules in prison. I called shots in prison. Some of those same guys that been gone 30 years, 20 years, still there, and they running the prison. I got a few phone calls that, they call me on a regular basis in prison. And one of the things I heard one of them say, Bishop, what's up, man? I said, this kid named Carmelo, he might hit one of these units. I said, whatever y'all do. They said, listen, OG, it's already understood. I said, I know. I said, but I'm going to make it double understood. Whatever y'all do, don't even let nobody look at them wrong. They said, man, that's on our life. He ain't got to worry about it.
Oh, man. Okay. Now, they got more going on about the Carmelo Anthony situation. These two individuals had a longer conversation, and they were speaking about that. But as we can see, this individual's name is Bishop Ali. Bishop Ali, and he says that he was in the Texas prison system at the age of 17, as we heard. So he's not 17 now. He obviously has some juice, some rank. I don't know how long he did in prison. Apparently he's someone behind the walls in the Texas prison system. You all let me know in the comments if you know who this individual is. But just because you may not know who he is doesn't negate anything that he is saying. And as we heard, he said that he made phone calls and said essentially Carmelo Anthony is not to be touched. Don't even let anyone look at him wrong. Because everyone is making this content as if he's about to go in here and be attacked. And this individual here says that is not going to happen, that he has already secured his protection. Not only that, but when he spoke with these individuals there in prison, they already told him, yeah, we already know. Because he said, there's a young kid named Carmelo coming in. They know who Carmelo Anthony is. So they told him, we already know who he is. We already got him. That's good. We already spoke about this, structured around this. When he hits the yard, he's going to be protected. It's the response that he received, essentially. He said, okay, well, I'm just doubling down on that. Just make sure no one even looks at him. So we'll see what happens. Carmelo Anthony, is, as we all know, is young. He's not from the street. He's not a gang member and this and that, which is good. And his first time in prison is going to be a heck of an experience for him. It's going to be a shock to his senses at a 35-year sentence. Now, there is chatter about an appeal. The footage has come out since his guilty verdict and sentencing. We'll see what happens. Of course, the country is divided over the verdict and over the entire situation, but the country is always divided. I'm not going to get into that right now. I was about to go into a whole tangent about it, but I'm not. Let me know what you think in the comments. Carmelo Anthony, again, brother here says he's good. He's protected. They're doubling down on that. They already said that the whites in the system are not that many out there in Texas. There are not that many whites on the yard. And there are so many blacks that the whites essentially would not dare try to put their hands on this individual once it is established that he is protected by these individuals. This is what the word has been. We will see what happens if Carmelo Anthony ends up in prison. We're hoping that he does not end up in prison. Or for a long time, that he can get back on appeal, but don't hold your breath. An all-white jury found him guilty. The same all-white jury that found the sadistic murderers of Emmett Till not guilty. People act like why are you so upset? Why are you so angry? You racist. Shut up. Stay safe and stay free. Ooh.